Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live. With Alexi Whitaker and Caroline Maddox.
Did you know it's their week? Some words of appreciation for our assistant principals.
Testing begins next week. What you need to bring with you and when scores will be posted.
And if you've got your phone out right now, you should listen to an important story coming up in a few minutes.
This is Lincoln Live.
Hey, Lincoln. Welcome back to Lincoln Live. I'm Caroline Maddox.
And I'm Alexi Whitaker. How are you doing today, Caroline?
SAT are next week, so I'm a bit stressed. How about yourself?
Well, it is Friday, so I'm doing pretty well. And I've really been appreciating this warmer weather.
Speaking of appreciation, we want to take the time to recognize our assistant principals here at Gahanna Lincoln.
That's right. This week is dedicated to them and everything they do to keep this school running as smoothly as possible.
We want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of our assistant principals.
Mrs. Locke Hines,
Mr. Galliardo,
Mr. Cullen,
Mr. McGregor,
and Mr. Banks.
We're not the only ones who are thankful this week. Here's what some others had to say.
They're all fantastic members of our family. They go above and beyond and work so hard. We are very thankful to have them a part of our team. We've been through a lot with COVID, but this team of assistant principals has stepped up and met every challenge with a can-do attitude. And so the results that you see around here at Lincoln High School are in direct correlation to the work that they do every single day. They work behind the scenes, after hours, before hours, and I can't thank them enough for the countless hours, time, energy, love, and support that they have put into this school and our overall community. So thank you to our assistant principals here at Lincoln High School. We all truly appreciate you.
Thank you to all of our wonderful assistant principals, all the time that you put in and out of school. I really appreciate you.
Thank you to all the assistant principals at our school and everything they do for our students. We really appreciate them and all of the hard work they do, along with our main principal, Mrs. Williams. And we really do thank them for all of the hard work.
Hey, I just wanted to say thanks to all the assistant principals and all the hard work they do. Even though I'm pretty new here, it's obvious that those folks do a lot of stuff and are very, very best.
Hi everybody, happy Assistant Principals Week. We are so lucky and fortunate to have the assistant principals that we have working at Gahanna Lincoln High School. They work so many long hours, they're devoted to their students, and we really appreciate them. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you to all our assistant principals and all our teachers making sure that everything is regulated and going smooth on in the building. It's very important because the main principal, and she can't catch everything, so having everyone just doing their part and helping is especially helpful as a student.
Thank you for everything you do. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for what you guys do for us. We appreciate you guys so much.
I'm glad to be a student to have so many amazing assistant principals.
Hey, just want to give a shout out for all our great assistant principals here, Mr. G with the freshmen, Mr. Banks, Mrs. Locke Hines, Mr. McGregor, especially shout out to Mr. Cullen for all the testing emails this week. Let's have a great week, guys. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Attention seniors. I have some important information about this year's prom. Tickets to prom go on sale a week from today, and the nomination form for prom royalty is due on Tuesday. The form can be found in the Class of 2021 Google Classroom. There will be a total of 14 students on the court and 4 winners for prom royalty. Good luck to everyone participating.
As a reminder to everyone, Monday is the first day of testing, and the ELA test will take place. Following that, the SAT will be administered on Tuesday for all juniors. It's been a while since students have had a formal testing, so we caught up with Assistant Principal Mr. Cullen to remind students what they will need for tests.
Hi everybody, you still may be wondering, where is my testing location for next week or the following weeks? You can go on the Google Classrooms for 9th, 10th, or 11th grades and check for your room assignments for the ELA 2 testing next week or the SAT testing. You may be wondering, what should I bring for these tests? Well, when we're talking about the state tests, that's the test for Algebra 1, Geometry, U.S. History, Biology, or English 10, you need to bring your charged Chromebook. Please make sure it is charged. Also bring along your charger just in case you would lose your charge, something to write with, and a calculator. For the juniors that are taking the SAT, make sure you bring 2 number 2 pencils and a calculator. Lastly, make sure you get a good night's rest before your test, get a good breakfast, and good luck, Lions.
Thanks, Mr. Cullen. Juniors, as you know, next Tuesday you will be taking the SAT during the school day for free. You also have the opportunity to send those test scores off to 4 colleges of your choice for free as well. Here's Mr. Cullen again with some pros and cons on sending off your SAT scores.
When deciding whether or not to send your SAT scores to colleges when you take the SATs is a decision you probably want to talk to your parents or guardians about. There are pros and cons to that. One of the pros is that it shows demonstrated interest to that university because you are sending them your SAT scores. One of the cons is that you don't know your score before you agree to send the scores. If you do send them after the fact, though, then you have to pay, I think it's $12 per score to send to any university. So if you start sending scores to 5, 6, 7 universities, that can get pretty pricey.
Thanks again, Mr. Cullen, for all that information.
Really putting in the work, even during his own Appreciation Week?
You're right, you're right. Attention all seniors, we have some announcements for you. First off, prom is 2 weeks from Saturday and tickets go on sale a week from tomorrow.
Also, don't forget that yearbook headshots are due today. They should be high-quality pictures and school appropriate. Send the photos via email to glhssp@gmail.com.
You must have a cap and gown to participate in graduation, and you can still order one from Herff Jones. Cap and gowns will start to be being delivered on Thursday, April 29th. Mark your calendars for Thursday, May 27th. That's the day of graduation rehearsal.
The rehearsal is from 9 until noon, and you must attend the rehearsal in order to graduate. Finally, graduation is set for Saturday, May 29th at 9:30 in the morning at the Schottenstein Center at OSU.
Lastly, if you are a senior who is enlisted in the military, please go to your Google Classroom and complete the form. The school wants to recognize you for your commitment at graduation.
It's crazy to think I'm going to be graduating so soon. By the way, Caroline, would you say you're addicted to your phone?
I'm gonna have to come clean. I am truly addicted, especially TikTok. How about you, Alexi?
I mean, the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. I've really been trying to limit my screen time myself.
Speaking of which, cell phone and technology addiction is very real and is having a huge impact on students here at our school. Our own Abby Figursky took a deeper look into how this addiction affects us. Here's Abby.
8 hours and 31 minutes.
7 hours and 2 minutes.
4 hours and 55 minutes.
5 hours and 22 minutes.
4 hours and 5 minutes.
These are just a few ordinary students' screen times. That begs the question, how does technology affect us? Well, I went to Mr. Beck's psychology class to find out exactly that.
Recent additions of the DSM, which is how you diagnose mental illnesses, there are technology addictions.
Technology can be an addictive thing. Due to what Mr. Beck explains is every time you pick up your phone and see someone texted you back or liked your picture, you get a dopamine hit. It also provides other great uses, such as
Always offers some sort of constant distraction or excitement.
And in the time of COVID, that is exactly what we need, distraction. That is one of the positives that technology has to offer.
Communication, ease of spreading information, but I think like anything else, there's a balance that you have to achieve.
There is indeed a balance. This balance can be controlled just as easy as not paying attention to the statistics of following social media.
Yeah, I turned off all my notifications, so I stopped paying attention, and so I know I used to pay attention to that stuff, and I realized I was, so that's why I deleted social media for a little bit, and then also turn off notifications.
Turning your notifications off is easy, but what is the end goal for technology?
I think the goal will be as much connection as possible, especially with COVID, that we saw immediate personal connections in real life were limited. So as much connection online as possible, I think is our goal with technology. About reaching that safely, I don't know how we're going to get there, but I think that's the primary goal.
Communication is key, so let's take that into the future and prevent technology from controlling us. This is Abby Figursky for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Abby. Sadly, Lincoln, that's all that we have for you today.
But it is Friday, so no need to be too sad.
So enjoy the weekend before testing.
Have a relaxing weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye!